Hi guys, Waleed here again, and in the last video we had a look at how do we take user input from runtime and Java through the scanner class, and it has some utility methods like next line and next for taking strings, next int, next float, next double for different data types. So quite easy to do it through scanner. All right, so let's move on. I'm just going to create a new class here for you through the wizard again, and in the same package I'll just call it let's talk about the logical statements, like the logical building blocks in Java. Just call it logical mechanism, right? I'll hit the main method as well, hit finish, and it's going to create that for you. That is the logical mechanism to Java, and it has opened the editor for us to edit this file as well, right? So I'll just get rid of this pre-generated comment for you. So how do the if and else work in Java? Almost the same way. I'll not go into much details because I'm assuming you're coming from a C or C++ background. Even if you're not, you can maybe look at how does the if and if else work with other languages. It works the same as in Java, but I'm going to talk about the variations that we have in Java and with C and C++ and other languages. So but going to give you a good introduction as well. So how does the if block work? It is, the syntax is like this, right? If condition and some statement or statements that you want to be executed. If this condition that you put in the if block is true, if false, then this is skipped and the control resumes at line number 9, right? So for example, if I'm going to try it with an integer, I'll say int var and some static value 78, or let's say I want to take it from runtime as well. Let's do that. Let's say new scanner system.in, and I'll say dot next int, right? So print out please enter a number, right, which is being taken into var, and then I would want to check it for if var is less than, for example, 100, right? I want to print it out on screen. That is the message less than 100, for example, right? And then otherwise I want to say else greater than or equal to 100, right? Simple here. So I'll just save this and I'll just run this. Open the console. Doesn't run, strangely. Let's run it from here. I don't know why our shortcut didn't work. That is Control R. Okay, now it works. So please enter a number. I'll say 55, less than 100, of course. We'll run it again. That is this particular file here, and this time it asks for entering a number. I'll say 459. It says greater than or equal to 100. That's pretty simple stuff here with if and if else. Now for example, if you want to test it for equality, that is, you set var is equal to 100, right? So I'll say equal to 100, otherwise not equal to 100. Let's run this, and works on expected lines. We entered the number as 100, it prints out equal to 100 for us. We run it again, and any number of your liking says not equal to 100, but then mistakenly or intentionally you put it like this, var is equal to 100, and now you're seeing that Eclipse, your good friend, is giving you a compile time error. The good thing with a sophisticated IDE like Eclipse is it even gives us errors even without compiling the code, right? You're seeing that here, and that is an error with not the syntax. Make no doubts about it. The syntax is perfectly right. But what is wrong is, what does if digest in Java? What does if expect in Java? If just expects a boolean. In other languages like C and C++, if there were numbers like 100 or 50, they were considered to be true. If 0, then false. But in Java, the designers thought about this as being a redundancy, and they thought about, let's just put out true as true, false as false. And whenever there is a condition in Java, the expected result should be of the type Boolean. That is either a true or a false. And what is wrong here? Again, I said this is not the syntax problem. The problem is what is if getting in return. And you're saying if var equal to 100. That is, you're assigning 100 to var. And if 100 doesn't make sense in Java, you hover on this and tells you it is type mismatch, cannot convert from int to Boolean, guys. That is, it doesn't work. And even this doesn't work for the same reason. But in C++, it worked, right? If var, that is, if int doesn't make sense, it should be a Boolean. But again, no problems with the syntax. I'll tell you how. If this thing here was a Boolean, say Boolean var, and I'll take it with next Boolean. All right. Now, see, is equal to true works, is equal to true works, right? Because it's a Boolean. And if var works because it's still a Boolean, guys. I told you this is not a problem with the syntax. The problem is what is if getting. Whenever you put a condition in Java, the resulting value should be of the type Boolean. Please remember that. I'll save this, run this. This should run on expected lines. Please enter a number. No, I'll say please enter a value from true or false. Right. I'll save and run this, and I'll say true. Says equal to 100 because this has passed. And obviously not the right message. We could just change it to something appropriate. I'll say true, for example, or else false. Run this, and you're seeing that. See, say true, prints true. You run it, say false, prints false. But this is a slight variation with how if and else work in Java, guys.